All right, well, remember you can catch premium sporting content by downloading the SportsMax app from the Google Play or the App Store. And remember, be sure to catch our weekly build-up to the Olympic Games with Le Breton. Le Breton premieres Wednesdays at 6 p.m. 7 ECT on SportsMax and 7:30, 8:30 ECT on SportsMax 2. All public viewing events showcasing the Olympic Games Paris 2024 must obtain clearance and approval from IMC International Media Content Limited, that's SportsMax, before moving to delivery or promotion of the events. Any unauthorized use of the Olympics content or public screening events shall be subject to legal action by SportsMax. All right, so we're starting our interactive segment by listening to some voice notes reacting to West Indies keeper Joshua De Silva's statement, where he said, "We've put that first test loss behind us as the team prepares for the second test against England." All right.
TNT. You can't put that loss behind you. It was a humiliating defeat, crushing defeat. What you have to do is basically use that as impetus to go forward. So you put it behind you by playing fantastic cricket, but you can't just decide, let's put that in the past. It was horrible, and we have to find a way not to repeat that foolishness.
Can we? Can we just put it behind us and move on?
I think Joshua meant it mentally, that as they focus for the second test, it doesn't make sense, you know, burdening yourself with what happened in the first test. So I think I understand what he's saying.
All right, let's take another one from our viewers.
I don't understand what is all the heeing and hawing about the performance of the West Indies batsmen. Listen, let's be real. These batsmen average in the 20s in domestic cricket. They play 3 or 4 matches in the domestic competitions. They average in the 20s and they get selected for West Indies. They're averaging 20s playing against mediocre bowling. When they get selected for test match against world-class bowlers, do you really expect them to average more than 20? People, let's be real.
Are we being delusional?
I don't think they average 20 in domestic cricket, but I understand the point. Their averages in domestic cricket isn't irresistible. So if the bowling quality steps up, then it stands to reason that they'll struggle.
Yeah, let's take another one, please. Oh, we don't have any more. You know, I love the voice notes. It's my favorite part of the show, because it's where I get to hear from you. All right. Well, let's now take some tributes to Joe Bryant, former NBA player and the father of Kobe Bryant. Of course, he passed away and he was 69. So Kyle Rocky says, "Damn, this hurts. I learned up Joe Jellybean Bryant in 4th grade when I did a book report about a biography of Kobe Bryant. His story is amazing and he helped mold Kobe to the Black Mamba. Rest in peace, Jellybean." Tyler Jordan, father and son reunited in peace. Rest in peace, Joe Bryant, and condolences to his friends and family. Noe Kobe, rest in paradise, great Mamba. Mo Deportes, Big Jelly, thank you for your contributions. Rest in peace. Irvin Magic Johnson, I'm devastated to hear about the loss of my friend Joe Jellybean Bryant, the father of Kobe Bryant. Joe was not only a talented basketball player, he was also a great coach. A lot of people don't know that he coached the LA Sparks in 2005, 2006, and 2011. Joe was an exceptional human being with a radiant smile that had the power to brighten any room, and a great husband and father. Cookie and I are praying for his wife Pam, daughters Sharia and Shia, and the rest of the Bryant family, friends, and all those who loved Joe. Yeah, Lance, of course, another sad day.
Yeah.
You know, whenever you lose somebody that's a massive part of your family, a friend, a co-worker, a brother, it's always, for me, putting things into words to express that is something that's always very, very difficult for me.
Yeah, some strong Los Angeles Lakers narrative coming there from Magic Johnson, who obviously had a close and long-standing relationship with Kobe's dad. Not often that you see father-son success in sport, because a lot of times children can't emulate what their parents achieve, so they don't even try.
Yeah.
So in instances where there's a son who equals or comes up and even surpasses what the dad had achieved on a sporting platform, I think it's always something to embrace.
Yeah. All right, well, we move along now by taking some comments from Monday's Olympic feature, where we had Bertlan Cameron. Okay, so this is on YouTube, and Joanne says, good to see you, Bertlan. I remember you well. God bless. Jonathan, it was nice to hear the stories from the man himself, Bika Gyal. The legacy of the 4x400 is so strong, it breaks my heart to see what is happening now. The pride they had to represent how time has changed. Well, I always love hearing stories from people themselves. I think it adds a lot of depth. So I'm so happy that Kimani was able to find him to tell the story, because you can tell my story, but it's even better when I tell it.
That's true. And you know what? Rez Pereira called me last night and said that he had covered the Los Angeles Olympics and remembered that race very, very well.
Yes.
And how disappointing it was for Bert Cameron that he got hurt in the semifinal. And even though he withstood and endured the pain to recover and qualify for the final, he ended up not being able to contest the final because he was hurt, and it didn't make sense, you know, contesting the final, so he had to withdraw from the final. But Reds told me that he remembered the day very, very well, having covered the Los Angeles Olympics there in 1984.
Yeah. All right. So, what do we have here for our viewers? Gareth Southgate. As you know, he has left his role as manager of the England national team. And let's take some reactions to how you football fans, what you had to say about the announcement. Well, Domino's Pizza in the UK, Lance, we're hiring. Was this really in relation to that, or are they really hiring?
It's a legitimate account, that's all I can say.
Yeah, there's a goal tick and everything. Joe Dizzle says he's going home, and she's crying. JB, England's best manager in a very long time, dead football, but he's got them far every tournament. TS, there's a club that wears red in Manchester. They're patiently awaiting your services. Don't deny the call. I said that today too, by the way. Nay, thank God. Jake Coburn, you'll all regret this. Thanks for all the memories, Gareth. The usual suspect. About time, Gareth. Lance, I want you to comment on that tweet about there's a club, Red, Manchester.
Yes.
Should he go there? Will he work there?
I don't know. I don't know that Man United has a coaching problem. So whether he goes there or not, I'm not sure if that would solve the Red Devils' issues. But
Well,
I want to comment more on the reaction to Southgate's. Why are you disappointed? I've said what I have to say about Man United. Do you want me to say more?
Well, you want to comment on something else, so I guess, all right.
Or what is it that I didn't say that you want me to say?
Well, if Man U doesn't have a coaching problem, they have a player problem.
They have a club problem.
Okay.
Yeah, the problem is deep-rooted in the club. I don't think the coach by itself is the problem.
You have 30 seconds. What was the point?
I want to say that Southgate did better for England than the coaches who went before him. I take
He's been
Brent's
there for
point.
8 years.
I think Brent's point that maybe it is that although he did well, he couldn't take them over the line, and maybe someone else needs to take them over the line. But
Yeah.
I feel that he's been disrespected because he has done a job that has outstripped and surpassed the job that previous England coaches had achieved.
Yeah.
And for him to be seen as a failure is a little unkind.
Yeah, well, you know how this works, Lance.
Yeah.
You're only good when you're doing well. The
But
moment
he has
you
done
start-
well, he just didn't win.
I know, but in sport, we only classify wins
Yes.
as something, you know?
Yes, yes,
Reaching to the final, that doesn't go down in history.
Yes, yes,
So,
I understand, yeah.
yeah. Well, on that note, we're going to have to wrap up today's edition of the SportsMax Zone. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. Keep it locked to SportsMax, and remember to download the SportsMax app. Have a good evening.